we have a very, very good We Want the Truth segment this week. And it is, what does the J in J Mike really stand for? Now, I really like this prompt. One, because I came up with it. And two, I think you've told me before, but I've forgotten. I think I've forgotten every time.
I don't want anyone to know. It's just it'll be like my own thing that I get to keep. You know?
I think it's Jabroni Mike is my guess. Or
that's what I tell people. I say Jabroni Mike.
Yeah, Jabroni Mike. I knew
Dwayne, The Rock, and he honored me with Jabroni Mike, and it's snowballed from there. Just legend after that.
I like that. Like, there's like an alternate history or alternate universe where you are a professional wrestler, or you had a history in professional wrestling, and maybe some sort of injury stopped you from the game, and now you do like call-in shows and stuff on the side. That'd be
I love that backstory because I grew up in so much wrestling as a kid.
Yeah,
I still enjoy going back watching old stuff. So a mark, quote unquote. It's cool. Atheists can like fake things too, right? It's perfectly okay. It's
a hot take
to do. Yeah, so
that's a hot take.
Yeah.
So I like Jabroni Mike. I also like Jimothy, because I want to know if there is a Jimothy out there in the world, and if there is, I'd like to shake his hand or her hand or their hand, whatever their pronouns are. But like, Jimothy is a cool name, and I'm gonna imagine that that's your real name now, J Mike. So
sure, like it. I'm excited to see what people put,
because last week's prompt was, what does the J in J Mike really stand for? And here are our favorite answers. Number 3 comes from Miranda Rensberger. The J in J Mike stands for Johnny P. Angel, which is a great meta joke there. I really like this joke. This is a good one. There's a lot of layers to this, and I appreciate this very much. So thank you, Miranda, for giving me that joyous laugh. Number 2 comes from Chuck Gatos, who says Jenga Mike because he was a clumsy kid and tended to knock things over a lot. And I like this lore about J Mike that, I think alternatively, it would be really funny if he was just like really into Jenga. So they just called him Jenga Mike, which is just like a very funny character trait. I don't know. Nothing more to say about that. But our number 1 comment comes from Miranda Rensberger as well, who says, if I were to reason like some people, I might say all the Duggar kids have names that start with J Mike. All the Duggar kids have names that start with J. J Mike starts with J. Therefore, J Mike is the secret 20th Duggar kid, which would be, again, amazing lore. I would love to add to J Mike's lore. His
perfect logic. Perfect logic right there.
I think J Mike would agree with that. I think that's a perfectly valid syllogism.
I think so.
And as we know, all valid syllogisms are true. So therefore, this is true, and that's a syllogism within itself. So
Duggar. You heard it here first.
J Mike, the secret Duggar. I like that. We all need
watch that show.
This week's question is going to be, who would you choose to protect you in a zombie apocalypse, and why? And now, Elliot, I'm gonna throw this at you. Who would you choose in the zombie apocalypse, and why?
So I thought about this, and I think I've got some good reasons here. Okay. So I'm actually gonna go with Genghis Khan. I think the person that I want protecting me in the zombie apocalypse is the man himself, Genghis Khan. The guy knows how to put down hordes. I mean, he was a fighter. He was a strategist. He knew it. I mean, he's a terrible guy in a lot of respects. I'm not trying to like tout him as some great humanist or anything, but in terms of like fighting back hundreds of thousands of undead, people, I think that's my guy.
That's a smart choice. Now, off the back of that, and I know we're going to get to some calls soon, but I'm going to jump in on that. And I would say that my person would be you, because you're bringing along Genghis Khan. So
I feel like you're cheating in that answer.
I don't think I am. I think that's legitimate. I think everybody will be pleased with that.
Last week, we were asking, who would you choose to protect? Who would you choose to protect you in a zombie apocalypse, and why? And so we're going to read you our top 3 favorite answers this week. Our Number 3 answer is coming from James West, who says, who would I want to protect me in a zombie apocalypse and why? Abraham Lincoln, because he already has experience slaying vampires. Should be a smooth transition. Do you remember that movie, Chris? Abraham Lincoln.
I do. It was a
Vampire
lot
Hunter?
of fun.
Did you watch it? I never watched it.
I did watch it. It didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was a lot of fun.
In retrospect, it kind of sounds rad. I mean, I feel like everybody was making fun of it at the time, but like that, I mean, that does sound amazing. That actually.
If you want an hour and a half to just shut your brain off and just watch something, yeah, it's
what
it's
was
a good
that?
time.
Like 2014, 2013, something like that.
Something like that. It's
Maybe
been
so.
a while.
What a wild time that was. It feels like longer. But yeah, that's a good choice. I also second that choice. We're gonna go to our
It
number
really
2
is. Vampires are a lot more maneuverable and agile than zombies, so I feel
That's
like it
true.
would be an issue.
But yeah, I feel like any experience in the combat realm, whether it be mythical creatures or not, would help in that scenario. So it's a good choice, I'd say. Our number 2 answer is going to come from Blake Walker, who says, in a zombie apocalypse, I want Scarlett Johansson. 1, she's a serious badass. I pick her against any zombie horde. And 2, she's got no counter argument for, well, it looks like we're the last people on Earth. So I feel like it's like so. I guess are we talking about like Black Widow specifically, or just actress Scarlett Johansson? Because like that's like 2 different things, right?
I have to assume he meant Black Widow.
Yeah. Because like I want Black Widow. I don't know about Scarlett Johansson. I think Scarlett Johansson is a great actress and would convince me she'd be great for the role, but she might not actually in real life because she's a movie star. I don't know.
No,
but
I think in that case you'd probably want one of her stunt doubles.
yeah, something like that.
If you
right?
want someone with real combat experience.
Yeah, I would assume that'd be the case. Maybe Scarlett Johansson's stunt double would be a good person to have. But our number 1 answer this week is coming from Momsy Cat, who says, I'd pick Michael Jackson for my zombie apocalypse partner because he just teach them to dance, which is such a good answer. It's right. Like if you've seen the music video, he does have the power to enchant zombies through the power of moving the human body through that moving to the beat. You know what I mean? So that's powerful. That's a powerful skill. I probably want Michael Jackson too, right? Wrong answers only. What is the real cause of climate change? I love this question. I can't wait to see people's answers to this. But before we move on here, Jimmy, what would you say your answer is to our question this week?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think it's a chain reaction. I blame space junk, right? The sun. The sun, it's a combination. The sun is hitting all the space junk. It's being reflected down to the earth. It's heating up the earth's surface, right? And cows can't just stand there anymore all day, right? Bovine creatures, gets really hot. And so they can't just be puckered up. They're getting more lazy. They're laying down. They're letting out more methane emissions. And that in turn is making it more hot. So we have to do something about the space junk, save the cows. Their farts are heating up the atmosphere.
I see. I think here's my answer. I think it's a secret conspiracy by penguins. Penguins are really tired of us making documentaries and like invading their territory and stuff. Like 2007 was a crazy year because you had like Happy Feet and also like that one Morgan Freeman movie about the penguins, March of the Penguins. I don't know. Something around that time we fell in love with penguins, and I think they've upped their game, like continue like they want us to care about climate change so that we can make their homes bigger. That's what I think is really going on. So, it's kind of, you ever seen Madagascar?
Oh yeah.
It's like the penguins in that movie. They're all actually like that in real life. So that's my.
Let's hope they don't team up with the cows.
Yeah, could be a big deal. Yeah.
Last week we asked you, wrong answers only, what is the real reason for climate change? And I was excited for this one because I think it's a funny question. And here are your funny answers. We're going to read the top 3 from last week. Number 3 goes to Atheist, who says the real cause of climate change is people working out and heating up the earth with their body heat, which is really, really funny. Like, I like it's like a Black Mirror episode, except like, I don't know. It's like, first of all, America is one of the big polluters out there, and we would definitely not be the biggest one here because I feel like we have so many health problems, right? Like we wouldn't, there wouldn't be as many people working out as in other countries. Maybe that's not true. I don't know. But yeah, that's just a funny thought, right? Kelly's nodding his head. He agrees.
Yes, that is a funny thought.
Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your insightful commentary there, Kelly. Sorry, I was prompting you
Sorry
there
about
to speak, but that's okay.
Both my brain cells got stuck together for
all two of them, huh? You got to
Yeah.
keep those things separate. I don't know what to do about that, but I appreciate you, Kelly. Thank you. Number 2, we're gonna get to our next comment. We have a Brinstar Media who says, real reason for climate change, the thing mothers always yelled at us about. Too many people opening the front door in winter and letting all the heat out. And that's it. Brinstar Media's got it. By the way, what a great channel name, Brinstar. That's a Metroid thing. Okay. Y'all played that new Metroid remake? I want to play it. Looks really good. I've been playing the new Resident Evil. That's really fun. Anyway, video game talk. That's a new separate show that I'm going to start here at the ACA because that's relevant to the mission. Yeah, thoughts on that, Kelly? Did you get told that when you were a kid?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My and air conditioning in the summertime too. My stepdad was real adamant about leaving that, not letting all that air conditioning out. And I always thought, isn't that the way to cool down the whole world? You know, I'm 8 years old and thinking it was a great idea.
Okay, so, this is off topic, but speaking of things your parents used to say, okay, did your parents used to say when you were in the back seat of a car? I don't know, maybe cars didn't have this when you were a kid, but it was like, you know, you got like lights in the front and lights in the back. And my parents would always say, you can't have the lights on while you're driving. That's illegal. And I believed that up until I could drive a car. Mm-hmm. I thought when I was first driving a car, you couldn't do that. And it's like, oh no, they just didn't want me to turn the lights on in the back seat. And they were just fucking with me. I mean, that's just, I don't know.
I actually thought that was illegal up until a couple of years ago. So
up until a couple of years ago? Okay, yeah. See, so that's just this pervasive myth that just parents have been telling kids. So that's really funny.
They just want you to fall asleep in the back seat is what they want.
I think that's what it is for sure. So we're going to go ahead and go to our number 1 answer. This week we have Young Dud, who says the real cause of climate change, the murder of Harambe, which is, bring back the Harambe memes. Those were so funny. I don't know why talking about that gorilla was like the funniest thing ever. It was really sad what happened, but like, I don't know. People said all of our problems started when Harambe died, and I agree. So yeah, you remember Harambe, Kelly?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
of course.
Oh yeah.
We should all remember Harambe. I mean, that was a whole, man, what a time.
Yeah, I still got 2 brain cells left to remember.
And one of them remembers Harambe. Yeah, that's what it's there for. Anyway.
And go through an attunement, whatever that means. So again, how do you know it even works? I'd like to really look at the research and see what they did.
Reiki never works on me, probably because I blank. And here are our favorite answers. Number 3 from Alexander KTN. Reiki never works on me, probably because I have no soul. That's okay, Alexander. I don't either. Number 2 from Aldebaran 4. Reiki never works on me, probably because I know it's fakey. Yes, nice. We're going to see a lot of puns today in the answers coming up. Speaking of which, number 1, our favorite answer. Erica, the Manic Pixie Dream Atheist, says, Reiki never works in me because someone told my heart. My Reiki breaky heart. Lovely. My answer for this, going along with the pun theme, Reiki never works on me because I'm already Ray unlocked. Dead silence. Love it.
Terrible. Don't worry, mine's even better. I said Reiki never works on me because I needed a shovel. Reiki. I'm sorry.
Nice.
I'm not known for my comments.
I love the puns. We gotta do it.
The prompt for this week is invent a useless superpower. Ben, do you have an idea of what a useless superpower would be?
I mean, well, I picked something that is, it's not necessarily useless entirely, but it's only useful in a set context. So much that you could not even verify that it was a real power. But my power would be the ability to always put the USB in the correct way on the first try. And that's what I would pick.
That's awesome. I think everybody wants that power. That's pretty funny.
What was yours?
Mine, I was thinking that I might want to turn into something, but and I was thinking, remember the super twins and the being able to turn into water? That seems like such a useless thing, but there's got to be things even more useless than that, like maybe turn into a frying pan.
I mean, it'd still be useful as a frying pan. Somebody would find some use in that.
I just don't know that it would be useful as a superpower, really, right? You're not going to stop a villain with it, that's for sure. Unless
that's true.
Unless Superman picks you up and whacks him in the head with you.
Well, we asked you to invent a useless superpower, really, is what we wanted from you guys. So we picked our top 3 favorite answers. Here is number 3 on the screen here. It's coming from Gruck with 2 Ks, which is great, who says, my useless superpower is to create gold somewhere in the universe. And I love that. That's great, because I could claim that I have that power right now. And could you really prove me wrong? Right? I could just say, oh, it's somewhere else. It's on Mars right now. Now, I guess if you ask me, could I do it like on Earth? I don't know. I could just refuse, right? I don't know. There's ways you could.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I don't have to do anything, right? It's my superpower. I do what I want with it, right? Unless we create like an X-Men scenario where the government is trying to like track me down for my powers and other, people with abilities. But that's a whole thing. So let's get to our second answer here. Our number 2 answer is from Amit Matthew, who says, my useless superpower, the ability to accurately predict the outcome of an unbiased coin toss exactly 50% of the time, which is awesome. What a great way to word that. I mean, technically, isn't that a power we already have, right? Can we, right?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I think coins are slightly weighted differently, but for the most part, you get 50-50.
Well, no, actually, here's the thing. What might make his power super in that it's always 50%. Right?
Yeah.
He's always wrong half the time. Like, because some people they may get it right 55% of the time or 45%. He's always 50. So that's interesting. Don't know what you do with that, but there's something to it. Great answers, guys. But we have to go with our number 1 answer this week. If we're gonna give that to you now, it's from Alexander KTN, who says, my useless superpower, to always know exactly what to say in conversations, but a day later, which is great. I mean, like, I wonder, do you include email conversations in this? Because, if you have a conversation through email and then you know what to say a day later, that could be useful. But if it's just like through spoken word, maybe it's not going to help you. I don't know.
I think my superpower is knowing what I should have said on the show 30 minutes after the show is over. That's definitely going to happen today.
That's going to happen to you. Literally, everybody who's ever been on a call-in show as a guest or host has had that feeling. Everyone has always said to themselves, oh, I should have responded this way. It's that classic, if you've ever gotten into an argument with somebody and you're in the shower and you're like, oh, I want to say this. Look, folks, every host has done this. Every host has talked to other hosts and said, I wish I had said this. It just doesn't go away. It is always the case. This week's question is going to be, name an unexpected object recovered from Area 51. If you have a good answer to this, post in the comment section below and let us know. We might read your answers. But before we move on, Chris, what do you think? Unexpected object from Area 51. What would be unexpected?
Definitely every sock that's ever been lost in any dryer ever.
Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? I was thinking about this. I think if we had a random movie, like a VHS copy of like Space Jam or something, people would wonder like what the fuck is going on? Like, do aliens really like this movie? Are they trying to study human culture? Like, what's going on? Or if it's like a Mandela effect scenario where you find something that you think like it's a Berenstein Bears book, but it's like spelled differently. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I was thinking like the Shazam movie starring
movie.
Yeah.
With Sinbad, right? It actually exists.
Yeah.
And the aliens have it. Like they just prove all the Mandela effects right. That'd be crazy. I would like that. Last week we asked you to name an unexpected object recovered from Area 51, and we have our top 3 favorite answers here. So number 3 comes from Blake Walker, who said unexpected object in Area 51, a working model of the flat Earth that comports with all known science. Now that would be very, very unexpected. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? That would be awesome. I would love that actually. I just think that'd be rad. But yeah, that's a good one. Here's another one. Number 2 comes from Chuck Gatos, who says, unexpected object found in Area 51. Every scrap of wood that was ever sold using the claim that it was from Christ's cross. The excess is being shipped to Area 52. So yeah, like all the artifacts combine in sort of like a.
Would they have enough room for that?
I don't know. That's a good question. It'd be like a really big cross. I mean, it's like a Power Rangers situation here. Like it just forms a giant mecha or something. That'd be interesting. But our number 1 answer this week is awesome. It comes from Anarcho Possum, who says unexpected object found in Area 51, a polar bear. I mean, that's unexpected, right? I mean, yeah, I guess if you found a polar bear, I don't know. That just made me laugh when I saw that because yeah, unexpected stuff. Personally, I would have, like remember a couple years ago, Armin, when there was that thing on Facebook where people were like, "Oh, we all got to storm Area 51." Like I knew that wasn't gonna happen, right? I knew people were just gonna like fuck around, but part of me wanted at least like one guy to get in there. You know what I mean? Like just one. I understand legally there's complications there, but I can't say I wouldn't want it to happen. So anyway,
that was a dangerous trend. I was worried somebody is going to get shot.
Because, no, I thought so too. I thought so too. But
I don't rush out militaries,
But yeah. Here's my official advice on Truth Wanted. Okay, don't rush into military zones that you're not supposed to. Okay, that's fair warning for everybody. But this one is a fun one. It's complete the sentence. Hardest part about being a ghost is blank. And I know you already have an answer. So what do you think? What's the hardest part about being a ghost?
The hardest part about being a ghost is sadly realizing that now you can only watch.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold that for just a second. There we go. All right, there we go. I had to find it. I'm sorry. It took me a little minute. I gotta get used to this a little bit more. Complete the sentence. The hardest part about being a ghost is blank. And here are our favorite answers. Number 3 comes from Kelly Laughlin, who says the hardest part of being a ghost isn't in your pants. And that's just like that's a Kelly joke right there. That's a Kelly original. Kelly, we love you. That's awesome. Thanks for the submission. Thanks for the submission. That's like it's like dad joke, but plus because it's a little naughty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you, Kelly. Thank you for the contribution. Number 2 comes from 5 Ways Bath, who says the hardest part about being a ghost is dealing with the spontaneous res erections. So we have 2 jokes about genitalia in this, 3 comment lineup, which is pretty impressive, right? Not gonna lie. Let's see if we can make it a 3-person streak. We have number 1 comes from Leith Crother, who says the hardest part about being a ghost is watching my family go through my browsing history. And that's like kind of tangentially related to areas underneath the belt. So, I'm going to count that one, I think. So congratulations, internet. Your mind is always in the gutter.
Next week's question is write Bigfoot's slogan.
Okay.
And I'm still thinking about it, but Stacey, do you have any ideas of if you were going to make a t-shirt for the brand of Bigfoot, what would it say?
I'd say probably the original hide and seek champion.
That's good. I thought it was God.
Oh yeah, that one too. Well, they can compete. Who wants number 1?
That's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking something about like I saw a human once, but nobody believes me, or something.
Oh, well, that's a good one.
So last week we asked you write Bigfoot's slogan, and here are some of our favorite answers. At number 3, we've got David Greenbaum. Bigfoot's slogan is helping to advance the conspiracy community, one Bigfoot at a time. I feel like that needs to be said over a radio. It's like one small step for man, there's one giant footprint for Bigfoot. Number 2, Chuck Gados, Bigfoot slogan, not our first choice of name, but better than abominable. And at number 1, Russell H, Bigfoot slogan is Bigfoot, bigger heart. I like those. I would have said something like Bigfoot, I'm not compensating. Something, you know. I actually heard that from a friend who was watching the show last week.
This week, for you viewers, you should answer us, is create a useless conspiracy theory. Now, we usually ask, we tell our guests ahead of time, hey, we're going to be asking this question, so think of some answers. Armin came up with 3 and like wrote it out in bullet points, and they're like really good. So, Armin, what are useless conspiracy theories you came up with?
I mean, I came up with 3, so you guys could pick one of them. But you guys now you're saying I should read all 3.
Yeah, you got to read all 3. They're all really good.
Okay,
I want to hear them.
Okay. All right. So the first one is, these are useless conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I really think like the third one might not actually be useless. I think I'm starting to believe the third one, but
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. Religious experiences are the result of a cosmic Wi-Fi network granting access to hidden spiritual knowledge,
which is awesome. That's so great because like you can combine some other stuff like the 5G towers. Oh, that's actually amplifying the religious.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. You could do a lot with this.
There's some combo there. Anyway, tell me the other ones because they're good too.
All right. So the second one is penguins rule a hidden underground empire, manipulating global events for their amusement.
Bro,
I really like that last part. Yeah,
I've been saying this. All right, I've been saying this for years. Okay, 2007. Why did we have like 4 fucking penguin movies that came out that year? That's crazy. They were trying some stuff. That was a precog, you know, trying to make us think about stuff. Anyway, that's real.
But
that's a real one. That's all I'm saying. So,
I think that for the amusement part at the very end is what makes it the extra uselessness. You know, because it doesn't even achieve anything. They're just having entertainment. Last one is this one, and I really added this as a joke, but I've been thinking about it, and this just makes too much sense for it to just be like a conspiracy theory. But here it is: washing machines are engineered by clothing companies to consume socks, forcing you to buy more.
Yeah,
this one. Yeah,
that could like now we have to do you've seen those images that go around Facebook and stuff, right? Where it's like, oh, all these companies are owned by the same people. Right now, I have to see is like the Fruit of the Loom owned by I don't know General Electric or whoever makes like the most washing machines. I don't know because you might have something there. You know what I mean?
No, but I mean this last one is just too. I mean, there's no. I mean, can you think of any other explanation?
I don't know. That's the best one. You know, maybe wormholes or something, you know, like maybe washing machines have access to that spiritual Wi-Fi network and it like it goes on the gets caught up in the stream. Yeah.
You're mixing my conspiracies together.
I definitely am, but those are great. So
last week we asked you, the audience, create a useless conspiracy theory. And we said we would choose our top 3 favorites and tell everybody in the audience. So last week, our favorite 3 are, starting with number 3, from Brinster Media. Useless conspiracy theory. The McRib is always brought back to distract the public from getting too close to discovering the truth.
I'm so ready to believe that. Absolutely.
Right. I've actually never had a McRib. I don't know what the hype is.
You're absolutely missing out. I actually wrote like 10 years ago when my partner first became internet famous and like the whole idea of being on YouTube and everything was absolutely foreign to me. I wrote this like long diatribe about how incredible the McRib was that went kind of vaguely viral in my small town. So I'm very passionate about this topic.
I did not know that. That's hilarious.
It's not how I introduce myself usually. Like Christy Powell, therapist, McRib aficionado.
Yeah, big fan of that. That's funny. Okay, and then number 2 from Chuck Gados. Sorry, I'm probably saying that not the right way. Useless conspiracy theory. The original lunar landing mission went off course and landed on Mars by mistake. To avoid embarrassment, NASA reshot the landing footage in a film studio.
I mean,
Plausible.
it's like, yeah, Stanley Kubrick could have been involved. Like, it makes sense. I'd buy it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. And our number one favorite answer this week, and I am so on board for this one, from Rebecca Borg. Useless conspiracy theory. The handbag industry has blackmailed the dress industry to produce only pocketless dresses.
Oh man, 100%.
100%,
Well, they're
yeah.
the same industry, right? I mean, by
Yeah.
and large, like, who's making handbags but not dresses, vice versa? There's something to that.
Yeah, the phenomenon of finding a dress that has pockets.
Yeah.
I can't describe. My wedding dress had pockets, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason why I chose it, because I was thrilled that I could carry my, my lipstick or whatever I needed in the moment in there.
Mm.
So I 100% agree that there's something fishy going on there, and we need to look into that a little bit more.
This week's prompt is complete the sentence. While the cause of migraines is unknown, I suspect it's blank. Okay, so a bit of a fill in the blank one this week, but before we move on, Ashley, what do you think the cause of migraines is?
Hopefully this is not too inappropriate to say, but it reminded me of, I've heard that this is one way to get rid of migraines for real, but lack of orgasms.
Oh, yeah, that could be it. I might say that. I'll have to say that to my girlfriend and be like, hey, I'm having a migraine right now, and I think you should help me with this. That's a good call on that. I don't know. I was gonna say, I mean, yours was way more original. I was just gonna say something like, oh, it's like 5G radio towers, obviously sending signals to your brain. But no, I like yours better actually. Yours is funnier and more original. So good props to you on that one.
We asked you, complete the sentence. While the cause of migraines is unknown, I suspect it's. And here are some of our favorite answers. So at number 3, Brinstar Media, what really causes migraines is being hit in the head by Kent Hovind's Whack an Atheist mallet.
I like that it's almost like voodoo. Like,
right.
He whacks you, and then it's like, oh, ow.
I can actually say, because I have been the recipient of a Kent Hovind whack.
You've been whacked?
I've been whacked. I know, it's one of those things that, it happens. I didn't suffer a migraine after I was hit by Kent Hovind. He didn't really hit me very much. He went more for foreign. It happened. It doesn't matter. Anyway, thanks, Brinstar. Number 2, we've got Blake Walker. I suspect migraines are all in your head.
That's good.
That would have been good pre-show when we were telling dad jokes.
Yes, yeah. That's a good one.
That's better than some of the jokes that we had pre-show. So
they were all bad. Yeah, they were very bad.
No, there was one scientific one that actually I enjoyed.
Oh, yeah, that one was good.
But we'll save that for another time. Yeah, right. And our number one answer this week is from Dustin King. While the cause of migraines is unknown, I suspect it's Dan.
Ouch! Shots fired.
I feel like that's accurate, though.
Watch the non-profits and join the hosts in the live chat. Visit tiny.cc/ytnp.